Hello and welcome back to this edition of Value Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside. Thank you so much for joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And as you know, we've been trying to check in with some of our teachers, some of the people that are educators, taking care of our kids in the community. We're very glad to have with us Chris Arnold, principal over at Central Lafourche High School.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. And look, everybody knows, we started with this idea that, COVID's kind of starting to relax a little bit. We're starting to get a little sense of normalcy. And then Ida hits, and then Ida's affected people in different ways in different areas. How did it impact Central?
Fortunately, structure-wise of our building, it was more the extracurricular that was affected.
Right.
Specifically, our baseball and softball stadiums or facilities.
Right.
The school itself fared very well.
That's
Again,
awesome.
it was just the so our entire seasons. For both softball and baseball were played on the road, so not a home game in sight.
Wow.
So unfortunate for the seniors,
Yeah.
those students specifically, but it's the plan that we'll be back on our home turf this coming school year.
And I know that both of those are being spring sports. How did the kids do in the fall? How did they do handling that? Because, everywhere else they saw so many people, especially down towards the south end of the parish, down in South Lafourche, all of the schools in Terrebonne really impacted. How did you see your kids, and how did that maybe affect things for you guys over at Central?
In regards to school or academics or athletics,
yeah.
Academics, look, our campus, thankfully, it reminds me of a very large extended family,
Okay.
and that's both the faculty and the student body. My main, I guess, initiative on our campus upon our return from the hurricane was these. We don't know the environment that all of these students are coming from. Some without a home, some with a home that were fortunate. But the minute they step foot on our campus, they are to be felt as they're a part of a family.
Right.
We don't know the stories involved with all of them. It's
Right.
our job, the 7 to 8 hours we have them on our campus, to make them feel part of something and to educate them at the same time.
Right. And that was a mission well accomplished, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had look. There was various formats, whether it was virtual or in person, but everybody on campus knew that the ultimate goal or the best benefit for the student was to have them on campus. So, all the way up top to Mr. Martin, our superintendent, who I feel did a phenomenal job in getting us back on campus within a month, pretty much in a month,
Right.
which was huge, huge,
Right.
huge for our communities and our families. If we don't have school, the community may not exist. People start to seek other options, and we knew how important opening that school up was for our community.
Yeah. And I know it affected and impacted the sports
Yes, sir.
especially in the fall, especially because you're playing against teams that some don't have stadiums. So that took a whole lot of work and reworking. The athletic directors did a great job
They
coordinating
did.
that.
Coach Vadros did an exceptional job on the logistics of everything, because even again, going back to those spring sports, more so baseball, softball, that didn't have a stadium,
Right.
didn't have the facility that they were accustomed to. Football held out for the most part okay,
Right.
and then some of our minor sports still held out okay for the in the grand scheme of things. But
Right.
look, everybody's schedule had to be adjusted, and
Right.
it's the atmosphere, that family atmosphere, that everybody was looking to help everybody. So
And y'all did that. And y'all welcomed other people in. Y'all shared a
Yes,
lot of space,
we,
which we appreciate.
yeah, we hosted a number of South Lafourche games, and
Right.
then also their middle school, their feeder programs.
Right.
I couldn't tell you the total number of outside games that were hosted on our campus, and nobody had a problem with it, because we knew ultimately South Lafourche would do the same for us
Right.
should that scenario arise.
Be reversed.
Yep.
Now, speaking of, you talked about those seniors and how you really wanted things for them. Let's talk about how graduation came to be and the excitement level and how the kids enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, our graduation is actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
night.
that's right,
Tomorrow
that's
night. So I'm actually finishing up my speech today.
Okay.
But look, we all know the senior class right now, their only year of what we call normal high school was their ninth grade year.
Right.
Sophomore year was cut short. 11th grade year was
It was crazy.
full of COVID, crazy,
Right.
and then senior year was off to a rocky start with Hurricane Ida. So I'm sure they're ready to wrap it up, but it's been a roller coaster of a ride for not only the students, the community as a whole,
Right.
all
of
parties
us.
involved,
Right.
no doubt.
I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to take away from what it's going to be, but
Mm-hmm.
what is something, if one thing in your messaging to your kids, the ones that have been so resilient, what is it
Yeah.
that you want to share with them, that you want to thank them for? Listen, I love the fact that this is an emotional thing for you. And so I appreciate that. So that's one of those things that I feel compelled about to get emotional about. So I apologize for the tough question.
Okay.
You're just excited about what their future is and proud of them.
Yeah, they've I don't think the students understand how much they teach the adults,
Right.
myself included. Look, we don't have successes without challenges,
Right.
and these students have been through some challenges, and they've taught me a lot about myself,
Right.
and I'm sure they've learned a lot along the way. So
Well, Chris, I can't be more thankful for how connected you are with them. It's quite obvious that that's a big deal. Thank you very much for bringing who you are and
Yes, sir.
how special that is for you. We appreciate you as an educator in our system.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Very cool. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more when we continue.